continuing on from my last video about things that helped me during my taper. I left off with doctors. Doctors are not going to know how to taper you off, number one. When it comes to SSRIs or benzodiazepines, they're not going to know. So do not go to your doctor saying, look, I want off of this Klonopin, I want off of this Ativan, I want off of this Xanax, because they'll cut you off. And what's that going to do? You'll be back in there in a week. Say, doc, what's going on? You know, I'm like having all these symptoms. I can't eat, I can't sleep. And they're gonna, well, you wanted to be off. So they give you your medicine back and you tell them, well, doc, I want a taper. Okay, well, take half a tablet for a week and then another half for another week, another half, and that's it. 3-week taper. That's, you know, things like that. You can't rely on your doctor to know these things. Sadly, you will think that they know, but they don't. I found that out with my doctor. Once I reinstated with a new doctor, I just slightly brought it up with him because I didn't know how to taper, and his first thing was, okay, we'll do a 6-week taper. 6 weeks. Keep in mind, I have benzo usage, although not every single day, but enough over 4 years. A 6-week taper would have left me, I don't even want to think about it. It would have left me down and out. So what you got to do is you have to tell your doctor, or even then, you probably shouldn't even tell your doctor. I mean, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not telling you this exact, go and do this, because, everyone's situation is different. But I'm just letting you know what I did or what I had to go through. I tell my doctor what I'm doing, but I do not rely on them to make the taper schedule or to tell me, okay, now it's time for a cut. I do that because I go by what I feel. If I'm feeling like crap and I'm not ready to cut, I don't want my doctor, telling me it's time for another cut, another 25% cut, and it throws you back into hell. So don't do that. If you have your supply of your prescription, use it. Use it to taper. Tell your doctor, look, doc, if they're insistent, look, we got to go lower on your dosage, Tell them, look, doc, I'm gradually cutting down the dosage. So if you can work with me on that, I'd greatly appreciate it. If not, then, you're just going to have to deal with that. So it's probably best not to even bring up the fact that you're tapering. It sucks. It's sad, that doctors don't really help in that situation. But there's nothing really fair when it comes to benzodiazepine withdrawal, and that's another thing that we have to realize. It's not fair. It's a process we go through. It's nothing that we can say, well, maybe the universe will be nice to us. Benzo withdrawal is brutal. You have to just accept it and bite the bullet, What else? We covered doctors, we covered supplements in the last video. We covered, or if I didn't cover supplements, I'm just gonna bring it up again. Melatonin for sleep, that's really all I will take. I don't add too many medications or anything like that. Another thing is having high expectations for your future, but not for right now. Right now, you cannot expect this. This is what happened to me in the first couple of months. Whatever, I was very volatile. I'm still volatile. Up and down, up and down. I hate it, but that's just the way it is. Unfortunately. Whenever you're in this process, you're gonna go through ups and downs. Some days you'll feel decent. Some days you'll have some energy, and then the next day you'll be wiped out. You're not gonna understand why. You can get a full 8 hours of sleep, You eat something good the night before. You feel decent. You wake up and you are wiped out. That doesn't mean that you did something wrong. That doesn't mean that the bottom is falling out from you. It happens. You're gonna have ups and downs sometimes on a daily basis. Sometimes it's almost like a manic type, like what I imagine a bipolar person feels. You're here at 10 a.m. and then you're way low at 2 p.m. And then up again at 4 p.m. and then down again on 6 p.m. That's just the way it is. You have to get used to it. You have to expect that. So don't have these high expectations once you feel good one day and then get slammed the next, and you're gonna, oh man, like, this is so unfair. I wish I felt better like I did yesterday. We all do. I wish you guys felt better. I wish I felt better, but it takes time. But your high expectation that you should have, and you should not ever let go of it, it's a fact. A fact. It is a fact. You will recover. This is not forever. This is not taper withdrawal. Is not forever. Benzo withdrawal is not forever. You're gonna be okay. It takes time. Your mind right now is not gonna let you believe it. Your body is not gonna let you believe it. You are going to be okay. There's a bad habit that we all have, and I'm guilty of it, is going on YouTube and looking up these horror stories. Looking up, like, you type in benzo withdrawal, what's the first thing that comes up? Like, people, oh man, like, I'm experiencing this, that, and the other 6 months out, a year out, year and a half out, 2 years out. Well, although that may be true, that happens to a number of people in certain circumstances. That's just their healing journey. That's what they have to go through. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna suffer for 2 years. In my case, I consider myself a pretty severe case. Not severe, but it's not one of those walk in the park deals. It's probably in the middle somewhere. What I think, there's a lot of people who had 6 months with their benzo at a low dosage or whatever. Okay, well, I didn't. I had 4 years, and it's still going because I'm tapering. Although now I'm at a lower dose. But I can't expect myself to stop taking my medicine and then just be okay in a couple of weeks. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to work that way for me. And I know that. And I have accepted that. It's just the way it is. I have to accept my circumstance. And you have to accept your circumstance. But we are going to be okay. We're going to make it out. Like, that's the beauty of it. The sun is gonna rise and go down every single day, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, your brain is gonna recover. Your GABA receptors will recover. That's something that you have to just bang it into your head. Bang it into your head every single day. You wake up, you feel like crap, you're shaking, whatever. Like, some days I wake up, I get like restless legs or whatever, or sometimes in my neck, like I'll have, like, twist my head, I'll be like this, like no energy to hold my head up. I have to remind myself, look, this is temporary. I'm going through trials and tribulations right now, but one day we'll be all right. One day we'll be okay. That's the way it is. Recovery does happen. So don't go and listen to somebody who is 5 years out. Oh, I'm still suffering benzo withdrawal. I'm still doing this, that, and the other. Don't listen to it. You have your own story to deal with. That doesn't mean what they're going through is what you're going through. So, figure out your plan, stick to it, and hope for a better future, because it is there. This is why we're going through it. You think I'm going through benzo withdrawal because I like to? Because I like not sleeping some days and I like not having energy? That's not true. I'm going through this because I know I'm going to eventually have to go through this. I will eventually get cut off of these medications one day. Um, might as well do this process while I have relative control over, my taper and things like that. That's what you have to do. You have to take control of the situation, and you just have to say, look, this is scary. This is scary for everybody. Me, this is terrifying for me. I've never been through this before. I never even knew what a benzo withdrawal was. Years ago, I didn't even know what a benzo was. I was just a kid looking for anxiety relief. But now it's just forcing me to do this. But again, it goes back to your acceptance. You have to accept that and just move on from it. Life goes on. The time will pass whether we like it or not. For me, these last 4 months have felt like a whole year. But 4 months passed, and 4 more months will pass. 4 more months will pass. 6, 8, 12 months will pass. We have to utilize that fact that time's gonna move on. We have to start planting the seed now. We have to start chipping away at our dosages now. So then whenever the 6 months pass, because it will, whether we like it or not, we don't want to be still at the same dosage. We don't want to still be reliant on these medicines. Utilize that fact that time is gonna pass. So it sucks, it hurts, it's terrifying. But as we gradually start moving towards our goal of being med free, we will start seeing improvements. Once I had that small bit of confidence, just from getting the taper going, that went a long way. That made me feel good. That made me feel like I had a plan. That goes a long way. And I hope you guys find that, and I hope you guys grab onto that hope. And just another suggestion you guys may have, or something that you guys are doing in your taper or in your your benzo situation, let me know. Something that I can add on to my my list of things, and I'll publish it, or in the feature video, something you might want to see. I keep saying I'm going to publish a video of how I do my dry cut, and I will in the near future. So look forward to that. Subscribe if you want to watch my journey, because I'm going to be documenting my journey, because it's my goal to eventually be off of Klonopin and be benzo free. And like I said, it's going to take time, but I'm going to get there. I'm so hard-headed. I'm going to get there. And I would like for you guys to watch it, so you can see for yourself that it is possible. And trust me, I'm not a person who's always been mentally strong. I don't even consider myself that mentally strong, because I have, problems related to anxiety and things like that. But if I can do it, you can too. Chances are that you will probably get through it a lot easier than I could. So God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe if you want to see more content. If you want to follow me along on my journey, I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day and be safe as always. And we'll see you next time.